Hey Algebra 2, welcome back to my basement. We're doing the same thing that we were doing the last two lessons, but we're just doing it with a slightly different rule this time. So instead of being x multiplied by y within a bracket, we have x divided by y. And then instead of a plus, we have a negative here, a minus. We're going to expand for the first 6 questions and condense, simplify them for the next 6. I'm going to do question 1, 2, 7, and 8. Question 1 is probably the hardest, more complicated of them, but let's do it anyway. First, I'm gonna expand this one, and you see it's got the power on the outside here. So that means that both of my logs are gonna have this number 6 in front of them. Let me show you. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this guy down, and I'll have 6 log 14 6 over 5. And then I'm going to expand it out. And note that I brought this down first because it was on the outside. If it was on the inside, I'd want to wait. Okay? And now when I expand it, I have 6 log 14 6 take away 6 log 14 5. You see there I've used this rule over here. Instead of x, I had a 6. Instead of y, I had a 5. And the rule is that when you expand them, you put a negative in the middle. So 6, 5, and then because I had my 6 in front, that stayed in front of both of them. Okay? A more simple example is here, number 2. This is just me using the rule here, okay? Instead of x and y, I've got m and s. So when I expand this, I'll have log 16m take away log 16s. So the only other thing you have to worry about is when there's powers on them. If there's a power on the outside, bring it down first. If there's a power on the inside, do this, then bring the power to the front. Okay? And just remember, whatever the base is, it just stays the same throughout. Let's do simplifying, condensing these. Here I've got 3 log 12 3 minus log 12 6. Because there's a 3 at the front here, I can bring that up to be a power. I'm actually going to do that first here. Yep, I have to. For the simplifying ones, I have to do that first, so that I have log 12 3 to the power of 3. There he is. Minus log 12 6. Nothing changed. And now that they're both the same, they're both just log with nothing in front, now I can put them together. Log 12. Set up my bracket. On top of my fraction, I'll have 3 to the power of 3. On the bottom, I'll have my 6. And that's how we simplify them. So you can see if I was, it's the opposite of what we were doing here. If I do this one backwards, I would end up with the kind of answer that I get in these ones. Alright, so you can think of, if you're having a problem with these, just think of the steps backwards from what you did in the first 6 questions. Let's do number 8 as well. And it's actually the same thing as number 7. 5 log 3q minus log 3y. There's a number in front of this one, there's not a number in front of this one, so I'm going to bring this up here, because then they'll both be the same. They'll both just be log. Now that they're both just logs, with nothing in front, I can put them together. Whatever was in the first one goes on top. Whatever was in the second one goes on bottom. And that's number 8. If you're struggling, look back at what you did the last 2 lessons. It's the same thing. We've just got negatives and divides instead of plus and multiplying. Your attendance word, come up with a name for your first child. Name your first child. And that'll be it. Thanks, Algebra. I'll see you next week.